Hi, everybody. It's Dee Slater with Create with Dee. Welcome to my weekly class. I'm so excited that you tuned in here today. As you come on, if you want to say hello and let me know where you're from, I'm from Northeast Indiana in a city called Kendallville, north of Fort Wayne, and not too far from the Michigan border either, about 45 minutes. Today, I have two fun treat holders. Basically, they're treat holders, but two fun pouches that you can make for craft fairs, for little treats, for your loved ones. I love these. That these could be like little thank you gifts for your teachers, coworkers, maybe your faith-based organization. Maybe you have a group that maybe you exchange some low-cost gifts. These are great for that. Also, these were two of the projects that we made this past Friday at my local open house for the holiday catalog. So this is also designed just to be a little sampler class here today so that you can kind of touch and feel a little bit, but while at the same time, maybe we get started on our holiday gift giving. Other things to kind of announce as people are getting notifications that I'm going live. One, I have in the past streamed both on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. My Facebook and streaming service isn't playing well together. I'm always last minute trying to get it connected. So I decided just to do the live on YouTube only. So for those of you that normally watch me on Facebook and you're here on YouTube watching live, welcome. I appreciate that. Also, a little bit of housekeeping is that, well, the new holiday catalog from Stampin' Up! Is live. And let me just kind of bring these in. So not only is the new mini catalog with the holiday items going or is available now for purchase, but also Stampin' Up! Has added a scrapbook add-on. Now this isn't available in a printed material. You can view it digitally. You can also sort it on my online store by scrapbook. Even if you don't scrapbook, there's some really great paper in here for card making. They've got some new product. If you were missing some Halloween paper, you can find it in there too. So I just wanted to point that out. If you do go ahead and decide to get something from the holiday catalog or this month, please do use this host code, because if your order is $50 before tax or shipping, I'm going to send you lots of goodies. I'm going to send you a pack of embellishments, some of the new embellishments that are in the holiday catalog, so maybe you don't have them already. Also, if it's over $50, I'm part of a tutorial group, and this month there's 40 projects. So this will be, you'll get this emailed to you with a link. It won't be downloadable because this is too big to email. So there'll be another site that you'll get that you can download it onto your own device on that. Also, I'm starting a little thank you ordering charm collection. This is what I'm calling like a scissor charm. And what you'll get, this will be your first one that you get on your first order. And then every, like maybe specialty class or every month, there'll be a new charm that you can add to this. And you simply just loop it in the handle of your scissors. And then it's something cute to look at. So these are some that my team and others that have been able to start to collect. So it's just kind of a fun little thank you as well. All right, let me turn the camera around and we'll get started with our gift pouch class. Ooh, that was a lot of announcements. Okay, I am going to start with this adorable little cocoa pouch. So you open it up, you have your cocoa pouch that's in it, and then also there's a little, you can write a little to and from on the back of it as well. And it just uses some simple scoring and measurements from your 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Okay, let's get started doing that. All right, so here's the measurements. I'm going to turn it this way, and then that way if you want to screenshot it, it'll fit in there. So I'm going to hold it like this just for a second, because then you can, again, you can screenshot it and turn it around. But we're going to start with a piece of basic white cardstock. and it's cut at 5 wide by 11 long. And we're going to score on the short end, on the 5-inch. We're going to score it at a 1/2 inch each side. And then we're going to turn it the long way at the 11-inch, and we're going to score it at 2 and at 7. So ahead of time, I've already got that done. And so I'm going to grab my bone folder, and we'll go ahead and get that folded. So how was everybody, if you're in the US, how was everybody's Labor Day weekend? I had a great time. It was kind of a combination of family time and downtime. So it was a perfect, what do I want to say? Perfect combination of both of that. Okay, so here's how this looks. Now we'll go ahead and take our scissors, and we're going to remove this. I've got the where it was scored at 2 inches towards the top. This will be our flap. We're going to remove these panels and these bottom panels. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get those removed. For those of you that like to do little gift giving for the holidays, or maybe you do craft shows, this is an easy one to do. Always popular is to give a little hot cocoa pouch. And also that it doesn't have to be so perfect when you do the cutting and everything else, because everyone's always anxious to get to the goodies. Okay, we'll get the bottom one cut here. Sometimes I look for those projects that I call like TV projects, so that if you have some of these like pre-scored ahead of time, you can just sit down and while you're watching your show at night. Now on here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to angle cut these just a little bit. They don't have to all be the same. It'll just help hide where we fold these up. Okay, we'll do that. Okay. So there's the base. That's our pouch that we have right here. Now, before I do the tear and tape that's here, excuse me, if you have any stamping that you want to do on the back side of it, now would be the time to do it. It's a little easier to do it beforehand. So I'm going to flip this over, and I'm using the Snowy Wonders bundle here for this to decorate. Cute little snowy images, and I thought that would be perfect for cocoa pouches and everything else. So I'm going to use this little penguin, season's greetings, and some snowflake. Okay, so pulling, I'm going to be using some of the designer paper here in just a little bit, Snowy Days. And so I'm going to pick up some of the color palettes from that, which one is Real Red. And I'm going to stamp that towards the top. And then I'm going to take Pool Party ink, and we'll go ahead and use little snowflake. And, you know, again, if you want to, you can add a few more. Going crazy with the snowflakes today. Easy and quick, quick stamping for that. Okay, we'll throw that over. The easiest way to put the pouch together is we're going to put some tear and tape along this bottom section here. So again, the 2 inch is going to be our flap fold over, and this is where we're going to be folding it up. So we're going to grab some tear and tape, and we're going to put it close to the edge. Do it on this side. This is also one that you can make up ahead of time, and it stores relatively flat. Okay, so these flaps are going to go inward, and I'll go ahead and use my Take Your Pick tool, and we'll get the tear and tape top layer off. And fold that down and then close. And there we just made our little pouch. Let me know what you think. Now this pouch can go beyond whatever that you want it to do. So even if you have anything else that would fit inside this pouch, it doesn't necessarily have to be hot cocoa. All right. If you happen to have a corner rounder, I like the look of a corner rounder here. I don't believe there's a current one right now at Stampin' Up, but you might have one in your stash. If not, it's no big deal. You can do it without. Okay, got that. Now I'm going to get some designer paper. Let's get this. So this is from the Snowy Scenes. I think I said Snowy Days. Snowy Scenes designer paper. Cute little snowy scenes with all sorts of images that match back to that stamp set that I had shared with you. And some really easy measurements. We are going to need for the top flap, we're going to need a 1 3/4 by 3 3/4 inch piece of designer paper. And then a square piece that's 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. I purposely just picked another one of the patterns from there instead of the little penguins, just so that you can see like a couple of other varieties. All right, so before I put this one down, I'm going to round the corners on 2 of the edges for the flap. Again, rounding the corners is definitely optional. And I'm going to use our liquid glue. And we'll put that here on the top flap. And now we'll do that. This is a fun take on a check pattern, on a plaid pattern. Kind of has some wavy lines on it. And then that's going to go right here on the bottom panel. Cute. All right, I have to share with you guys this, like the cocoa from this year to last. I had an old, this was what the pouches looked like last year, nice and, you know, individual. This year, they're kind of like there's a 2-pack together. They kind of have a little perforation that you got to tear apart. And the first time I did it, I had cocoa that went everywhere, but this was how it comes this year for some reason. And so that can just kind of get tucked right in there. Super cute. Love it. And I always like to put the cocoa in first before I do the next step, which is to make a little tuck element so that the flap can tuck down. Ahead of time, what I did is I stamped with Memento ink and used the little penguin image and then used the die cut to die cut that out. And I'm going to take the pumpkin pie marker and I'll add a little orange to his beak and feet. And then I use just some circle punches. This is 1 3/4 and 1.5 inch. And I'm going to do that. You can also use the stitched dies that have the layering circles in it. You could use those as well. And I'll get my Stampin' Dimensionals. Use up every little bit of these. I'm going to put the penguin, just one will be just fine. And put this in the middle here. And now because I want it to tuck behind this element, I'm going to put 2 dimensionals way at the bottom. Way at the bottom. And now when I close the flap, and this is why I like to have the cocoa pouch in it. And actually I'm going to kind of flatten it out a little bit. There we go. Close that again. And so I've got the dimensionals down on the bottom, and I want to put it just so that it catches. Just like that. Adorable. So whether, and you can use whatever little images that you want for it, but just grab your designer paper and your cardstock and you can make these cute little cocoa pouches. All right, let me know what you think about that one, and we'll go on to our next one. Again, these are I think, super fast and easy treat pouches that you can use for the holiday season for gift giving. Now, I have to just bring these back. Now, seriously, if you had a class of, to hand these out as a little class gift, too cute. Whether maybe you're a card maker or like you have a group, such an easy little thing and everyone will just love it. Okay. Next, what we're going to do as a diaper fold pouch. Now this fold has been around forever, but for some reason it always looks new to me because when you use different embellishments and focal points, it just takes on a little bit different life of its own. Or if you haven't made this for a while, this is a quick reminder. Again, this was another thing that we did at the open house locally, just so that we could play around with some of the new paper and products. All right, let's go ahead and do the little embellishment here first with Mrs. Claus. I have done so much with this Sweetest Star bundle already. Adorable little characters on it, and it's super easy as it has a coordinating punch. So that's what we're going to do today with Mrs. Claus. And let me go ahead and get that around this. Oops, I didn't even have Mrs. Claus loaded up. Let's get her loaded up. Okay. So I'm going to do a little coloring today. So with our blend, so I'm going to use Memento ink, Tuxedo Black. That's the ink that won't bleed or smudge when you're using alcohol-based markers. I'm going to stamp this cute little image down at the bottom. And I'm just doing some, you could color her however much that you want, but I'm using Real Red, and I'm just going to pick up a little bit of accents here for her. I'm going to do her ruffles. Again, just kind of saying, like, if it's a quick something that you're doing, instead of coloring all of her outfit, we can just pick up her ruffles. So I'm just doing that real quick. On the card that we used for my open house locally, I used the light Real Red because I hadn't gotten my Real Red replacement in just yet. So on this one, I'm using the dark Real Red, and that'll be good because we can kind of compare and contrast it just a little bit. And we'll get all of this. She's so cute. So again, this is from the bundle and the stamp set Sweetest Star. Of course, you don't have to have the star punch with it, but it kind of has a little bit of a nod to some baking with the image, with the sentiments that are in it. Okay, so we got that. And go ahead, I'm going to use the bronze color for her face here today. And I've got the ivory on my other sample. So we can just kind of get our Mrs. Claus. Okay, so she's so cute. Oops. And you can really see, like, sometimes where you might have missed a spot. Let me just grab that real quickly. And I like to use, here's my Pretty in Pink. Give Mrs. Claus a little blush. I like to use the fine tip. All right, let's get her punched out with our star. Look how cute that face is. Oh my goodness. I am definitely a cutesy person as far as images, and so this was right up my alley. Okay, we've got that done. Now let's do the diaper fold. And the diaper fold uses any square that you would want to use any size would do. This one happens to be a 6x6, and it's the designer paper Take a Bow. Let me get this so that you can kind of see all of the different paper. What's unique about Take a Bow is that you have 3 different patterns in there, and with each pattern you get, or no, there's 4. Is that right? Yeah, there's 4. And each pattern you get 12 sheets. So it's great for mass producing the same thing, which I really like that. Okay, so for the diaper fold, again, start out with your square, and we're going to go point to point. Let me push this up so that we can see it from start to finish. Okay, so you're just going to take the bottom point, and quite honestly, you don't even really need your bone folder. A lot of times I just finger fold it. So match up the points, and then you can just take your finger and go straight down and over, straight down and over. And if you wanted to, you can get your bone folder. Okay, so now we're going to take that top point that we just put up, and we're going to bring it down to the center of the fold line. So just bring it so that the point ends here. And then again, I'm just going to kind of finger press it. If you want, you can get your bone folder. If you want to know, I'm going to show you how I like to do it, and then I'll show you another way. While this is down, what you're going to do is we're going to take this point and come up to this new fold line, and then the other side as well. I like to turn it on the side, and I kind of put my finger here so I know where these two intersect. And I'm going to bring the side point, and I'm going to bring it up and line it up to the fold down point that we just did. Okay, again, it's got a lot of wiggle room, so don't get too, worried about it. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. We're going to take that and we're going to fold that. I just like to do it on the side for some reason. You don't have to. Okay, so now you can kind of see where that diaper folds look. Now what we do is we open it up, open up the point again, and we're going to tuck in these two things and fold it down. And then it makes a pouch that you don't even have any glue. I love that. So just bring it open and open it up. Now here's why I like to do that. I think it gives it, if you wanted to, you could go ahead and bring that down, bring it back up, and then do the same thing here and meet it underneath and save that step. But what I find is that sometimes this line is hard to see. So that's why I just leave this down, and then it's contrast. So that way I can go like that, open it up. All right, let me just show you again real quickly how that goes. We'll do it real fast. Point to point, bring the top point down, bring this side over so that this edge lines up to this fold line. Do the other side. Makes it easy to see if you're lined up. Open it back up, put the flap back up, bring the sides back in, and you're done. Yay! Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll finish decorating this one. I have I've got the 1 and or the 2-inch circle punch here. And let's go ahead and get our dimensionals again. For our Mrs. Claus, we'll do that. And this one is super fast and easy. This would be if you wanted to have in your craft fair booth a relatively inexpensive treat for somebody to pick up. This would be one that you could offer. A lot of times people ask me, Dee, what do you charge for the items? What I do is I take my cost and double it. And then I kind of see if that seems like what someone would want to pay. So depending on what you're paying for your paper and what you put in it, that's what I would do. So she's just going right here in the center. And then, for example, this, to start with the 6x6 designer paper, these little tea packets, work perfect for it. So and then you can just kind of pick the flavor. Right now, the peppermint, with the red packaging isn't in the stores, but that would be really cute to have a peppermint. All right. Oh, and let me show you one other thing before I turn this around. This little guy, look how stinking cute this is. This is, again, like I said, you can make these little pouches with any size of square. So here's a 3x3. I did the same fold as what we did here. And then here's a little peppermint. How stinking cute would that be to put that on your coworker's desk or a team meeting or something? Just have a little mint that you can have, even if you do maybe a holiday dinner party or whatever. And this could even be, you know, something that you could have out. But oh my goodness, too cute on that. All right, let me go ahead and turn the camera around. All right, so those are two pouches that you can have in your arsenal this crafting season, or depending on when you're watching this, anytime. Just mix up the paper and you can make it relative for that. Hi, thank you, Sylvia. Also, I wanted to invite you that if you liked especially the sweetest star here, I do have a craft along, which means it's a kit to go. My local stampers are doing this next week. But if you would like to have a set of these and make it yourself, please check out my Facebook page and make sure to sign up for my newsletter. I have, registrations for that. You make 6 cards. You provide your own stamp and ink if you're getting this as a craft along kit to go. And we'll be making this towards the end of the month here on my YouTube channel. But anyways, that's that. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching so much. If you haven't already, I would invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook, all of my social medias. And I hope that you're having a great day and that you continue to have one. All right, thanks for watching. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.